Right, we're away again with the late episode.
Only the second late one. And
Is it the second late one?
Aye, we had Yin back in the day. It was like episode 8 or some shit.
Was it?
I think. It was late. It was on the Tuesday instead of the Monday. So it's not bad.
It's not bad. We're trying to be consistent.
I'm not saying it's Banjo's fault that it's out late, but I'm definitely not saying that it isn't.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I have a life, and so
Tell us about that life of yours.
What have you been up to this weekend, pal?
I don't know.
Why could we not have a podcast?
I can't really talk about a few things, man, because I don't know.
You say this every week and then tell us.
No, because
then
it's
2 minutes later,
it's different now. Because I know about.
So I shagged this lassie's dog, right?
The rest of the times, man, I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it backfires on me, like, fuck. But this time I genuinely kind of do, because every time...
I genuinely kind of
because
do.
I've been sleazing about, it's actually folk what I kind of care about, so I don't know. I don't know what to say too much, but I spent the last 2 days in Darwin. I met this lassie, she's fucking incredible. I know, I went down, I had a date with her first, and then went down.
What'd you stay in the day? Got the zoo. That was the plan, wasn't it?
Pissed. I booked a hotel. She came up to the hotel room, seen her, and I was like, "Oh fuck, she's tidy." And
she's at my league.
And then fucking.
She might have standards. We've got a problem.
She looks so much hotter in person though, and like it's never like that.
The opposite of
the opposite
the
of
other way around.
catfish,
To be fair,
them Snapchat filters, they some work. You know what I'm saying?
But nah, she fucking went. I had a couple of drinks in the hotel room. Went out, got pissed, went back to the hotel room, and then I walked her home, and it's lovely. And then
nice of you, gentlemen.
And then I went for
turning a new leaf.
Oh, she literally stays 2 minutes away from the hotel, man. It was fucking.
If it'd been more than a 5-minute walk.
She doesn't smoke, so it gave me a chance to have a fag. I kept trying to sneak away for a fag and that, but and then the other day I went up, meet her again, and had a great time. What did we do? I can't remember. Oh no, we were meant to go out drinking. I booked a hotel.
I was going to say, I don't know why you're asking us. We weren't there.
I booked a hotel. I went, oh my god!
Not the geed hamper. Don't know what it was. Oh, you're on the shelf.
Sorry, I'm moving my chair a bit.
Right. I got to the hotel room.
Fuck.
She came round.
It's not me. That's all I have to do.
And we had a couple of drinks and we were meant to go out, get drunk, and then we just stayed in the hotel room, just cuddled up and watched TV and got drunk. It was brilliant. And then the next day,
Netflix and chill.
Well, the next day I was like, oh, okay, and we went for lunch, and then we went Laser Quest. And it was like me and this lassie against 2 wee kids and her mum. And then her mum was like, "Oh, do you want to just do a free for all rather than teams? Because like I didn't want you feeling bad."
These are fucking these wee bastards are dragging me down.
well, she was like, "Oh,
trained killers. You best watch the fuck out."
She was like, "Oh, I didn't want you feeling bad for shooting the kids and that." I was like, "I don't give a fuck, man." Like,
Banjo
I will
these
fuck
to save
these kids
ammo.
up. I was like, "Fucking, let's do this." So it was a team, and it was me and the lassie, and against the wee kids and that. And I swear to God, I was so close to pistol whipping these kids. Like, if the mum wasn't there, man, I would have hit them. Because like you shoot them, and then like, well, if somebody shoots you, your gun guns out for 3 seconds. And they cunts are just sitting waiting, like standing right in front of you.
Waiting for the light to come
on. To shoot you
just
again.
following you about.
So you would like shove them out the way and then run away. And then, no man, I was like total like special ops, like fucking.
So you finished last then?
No, I came first, man. The lassie what I was with, man, she argued she was first, but mate, I kicked ass. Like,
do they not have a scoreboard?
Kicked ass. I know, I did. Like, but she said her name was this and it wasn't. Man, I kicked ass. I was fucking crawling about the flare, fucking.
Damn pro.
Mate, I took it serious, like man. I was
Banjo
like,
showed up in his ghillie suit. Let's go. You think this is a
See
game?
when you turn the gun sideways and that, and fucking, oh mate, I was on it, like, and I was well proud of myself. I tanked them by
your
like
special ops when you can turn your gun sideways.
because it shot a wee laser tail and you could see it. I was like, fucking yes.
It's weird that, isn't it?
Laser Quest.
I was fucking man. Oh no, I was kicking ass. Like I was bet everybody like 10,000 points in that. I was like, fuck, he's that.
How old were the Waynes? 5 and 6?
5, like, man, I get so competitive, like, and she was fucking, because like, I'd be running around the corner to fucking, and then she'd run around screaming, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I see that like all the wee kids come in, I'm like, oh fuck that, so I started flagging it. But after that, because we played a game throughout the whole day, I brought a haggis up, because she never heard of a haggis, and I thought it was
She's
like
never heard of a haggis.
She'd never heard of haggis. And I tell her it was a wee animal that stayed up in the Highlands and that.
That's how he was class when
Right.
you did.
So I was like, Google haggis, and it actually does come up like a wee animal,
Aye.
and it's like a wee rat hang with a wig. And she was like, "Why the fuck would you eat that?" So I brought her up a haggis.
Because they're tasty as fuck.
Aye. So we played a game, hide the haggis, throughout the day, and we never say to each other, "Oh, we're playing this." It was like I would stick it in her purse, and then I'd put it in her car, and then I'd put it in like her house in the bar, and the cat would try and eat it. And, oh man, it was chaos. But
I love the thought that you think you're playing this game and this lassie's like, can you fucking stop trying to do this? I didn't want this fucking
She finds it,
disgusting,
throws it
greasy
back
thing.
in your face. But try and pound the banjo.
no, because like she was like, I'm not eating that, because I tell her what was in it, like obviously like fucking sheep lungs and shit. But nah, fucking.
I don't think it is anymore, is it? Is it still?
It's cooked,
heart,
still
heart,
cooked
liver,
in
and
the
lungs.
stomach.
Oh.
It's shite in it. But
Some of them are.
Aye.
You can get like synthetic ones.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can get vegetarian in that.
Who the fuck would do
I
that?
know.
Haggis cans with everything. That's the thing.
Aye.
Like haggis omelette, fucking brilliant.
Aye.
Love it. Haggis on a pizza, love
But,
it.
throughout the day, she was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna head home and that." She was like, "Oh, you want to have a couple of drinks and you can just drive home?" I was like, "I can't, like, I can't drink and drive." She's like, "Oh, we date here at a time." I was like, "Oh, I can't in Scotland." Like, but
Just as a public service announcement, you definitely can't in England either.
no,
Right?
it's not zero tolerance in England though.
Aye, but let's just
Aye, let's
it's zero
not do it,
tolerance
yeah.
on this podcast.
Aye.
Aye.
Didn't be drinking and driving. That's what
I've
cunts
never-
do.
I've
I never thought I'd say this, but that was quite a
No, I do.
sensible decision.
Aye.
I do stupid things,
Part.
but I would never drink drive. Man.
That's
That's
what-
fucking ridiculous.
That's for mugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Given it's 2020, whoever gets caught drink driving's a fucking mug. Like, but what was it? So we went out drinking. And, I met her mum and dad in the pub and that, and they were lovely. Like her mum gave me a big hug and that, and she is fine. But and her dad's great. Dad's fucking funny as fuck.
Guess
so,
her dad's alright too.
So what was it? They invited me back to into
Her
theirs.
dad's a fucking stud.
Yeah, it's like it is, man. Honestly, they look young as fuck, and I'm like, he could fuck me up, man. But he's lovely. So we
So
went.
he's like 90% of the population,
Yeah.
and the fact that he can fuck you up.
He's over the age of 8.
He's
I
not
could've-
4
Well, I
foot
fucked
one.
the kids up in the fucking Laser Quest. But nah, fucking. They invited me back round to theirs for a couple of drinks, so I went back round later that night, and they made doner, like a doner kebab, like homemade it, like doner meat and shit.
It would have went really good with that.
Fucking well nice.
The haggis that you brought in.
I know,
Aye.
I know. Aye. They stuck that in the fridge. I was like, "Yous
It's in the
aren't
bin
eating
now.
that, man." Well,
Trust me.
given the
say,
fact
in the
that it was
bin
in a
now.
warm car for me driving up,
Aye.
it was in her car,
Aye.
her purse. Like, don't eat that shit.
Mate, it's
If you're
haggis.
listening, please don't eat
It's
that,
haggis, it'll be fine.
because I'll get you ill. And then I went and met the family, met her brother, and met the wee dog. I like the dog.
How old is this lassie?
14? Nah, she's 20.
She's just gone into third year. What age is that?
Nah, she's a student paramedic thing. Whatever.
So she could try and save someone's life.
No, she don't, because it's her and the technician, and they just cut a boot and fucking kick
Aye,
ass.
that-
and that.
That's what paramedics do. That's in the job
Aye.
description. Just cut a bit.
So no, she does, and it makes it so much hotter, man, because she wears that uniform. I'm like, oh, please wear that tonight. She's like, no. I was like,
No, it's
Maybe-
got blood on it.
maybe-
It's
mate.
like asking you to wear like torn trackies and a t-shirt.
I did. I did. Don't need to ask me twice. No, but so I went back to the hotel room and that, and then watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and then had a cup of tea, and mate, it was brilliant.
Is that the first one? Dawn of the
The last
Planet of the
one.
Apes? The last one.
I could be getting the title wrong, but it was the last one I watched.
Aye, because there's what? Planet of the Apes, Rise of the
guns
Planet
back
of the
to
Apes.
fucking like 1960 or whatever.
I know. Are you
Uh,
talking the
Aye,
new
new
ones?
ones, aye. It's the latest new one.
There's what? Planet of the Apes, Rise, and then Dawn.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Or is it Dawn?
War or the Planet of the
Right.
Apes or something.
Fuck
I
knows.
think can.
I seen the first one. that
He watched
had,
the thing with monkeys.
Franco.
Hmm.
in it. What's his
Loved it.
name? James
James
Franco.
Franco.
That was alright. And the monkey's
Caesar.
called
Aye,
Caesar.
it's not him anymore, innit?
Aye, he was only in the first one, I think.
Was he not in two?
I don't
Two of
know.
them. Oh well, I don't know. I watched the last
I think I
one.
only watched the first one.
I wa-
Aye,
I
can now, this
think
has got
I've
to
seen
go.
two of them,
Mm.
Aye.
but I can't remember. I've definitely seen the first one. I don't know if I've seen the second.
It was
or
that
third
good
one.
I can't even remember.
Oh man, I feel like crying watching it. Like it's fucking awful. Koba's a prick.
Did you get your monkey tattoo based on one of the monkeys? You should have. You should have got a
No,
Caesar tattoo.
the lassie. Oh mate, I mentioned the podcast and I get a word wrong, and I went for there and I was like, the lassie is so fucking hot, like so hot, and she was hitting me with like kind of sexual banter, like, but for
Aye.
like laughing that. And I was like, this lassie's sound as fuck. And it almost at the end of the podcast, end of the tattoo, she was like, "Oh, I'm a gold star lesbian." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I was like,
Well,
"Wait,
you've ruined my day.
what's a gold star?" She was like, "I've never had sex with a guy. Like, I'm a virgin, technically." And I was like, "Holy fuck! Like, that's even
He
harder."
just got 100% hot in his eyes.
I was like, I've just got a hard on here, but nah, fucking or ex.
Good job I'm lying on my stomach because I'm rock hard.
There was a wee hole in the hingy tail. I was like, I know exactly what this is for. But nah, the
It's
lassie.
not for that.
No, it's for you.
Well, I've just short my load through it. You spilled some cream in the flare. Oh no, just ignore that. But no, the lassie which she was doing a tattoo with, like Ken, who's doing another tattoo, that was our ex, and like she was a gold star lesbian too, and I was like, oh, this.
And then you thought, Ken, what I'll do? I'll bring up the podcast.
But they're feminists, like Ken. But they never said they're feminists, but they're like really fucking. So I was like, oh, they're like, oh, what are you doing? That I was like, oh, a bit of this, bit of that. I did a podcast with my pals and that. And
Eight tip dip and dip.
aggressive
Got any
masturbate.
chapstick in?
But
Feel a bit peckish.
and I thought the word, because it's been brought misogynistic.
Yeah.
I thought that meant male based. Like
Nah.
no, they went fucking mental.
Aye.
They're like, what do you think women are just sexual slaves? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what?
What did you actually say to them
I
about
felt
the
lassie
podcast?
getting fucking harder with this needle. I was like, I'm in trouble here. Like, I can't get up. Like,
I'm about to have prick tattooed across my forehead.
I was like, oh man.
What did you actually say to them about the podcast?
She was like, oh, what's it about in that? I was like, oh, well, I suppose it's like misogynistic. Like male based.
No.
And they,
You fucking
I
idiot.
swear to God.
Oh my god!
Because you said that before, you're like, oh.
Aye, no, Bubba had this lassie,
Aye.
one of his pals had listened to it, and then he goes, what did you think about it? And she goes, it's vulgar and misogynistic. And I was like, she must listen to Yenigins where Banjo was like, so I shagged this lassie in the arse or something.
Aye.
You
You
Then went and shagged her
fucking
I thought it
pal.
was male based.
Oh,
And then she
no.
started talking about words I didn't understand, like demo. What is it? I can't.
Demigog.
No.
Why would you say David?
I don't know. He just went. Duh.
But I was like, is that male based? She was like, no. I was like, oh, I'm in trouble here. Like, and it was like, Ken, you know, the debates, like, and it gets like really heated, and I'm sitting there
This
like
isn't
a
a
deer in
debate.
headlights, like, I am totally fucked. I need out of here.
Did
like.
you say to her you didn't know what the word meant?
I was like, oh, I thought it meant like male based. She was like, no, and then like, what was it? She was like,
Imagine
I did-
saying
she
to a
mentioned-
feminist.
she
A damn
mentioned
misogynist podcast.
she mentioned nuns, nuns,
Nonce.
and I was like, oh,
Did you? Why would you bring up a nonce?
I've no idea. I don't know how this conversation like, because I was sitting there not understanding a word because she was using big words, and then I was like,
There was more than two syllables,
are you
Hog. I
just
was
saying-
against it.
and I thought
I was
nonce
way
meant
up there.
stupid. It means paedophile. It means fucking paedophile. And I was like, I'm a nonce. I'm a
Fucking-
nonce. Like, sorry, I'm a nonce. She was like, what? You? And I was like, oh my god. It's like, please fucking help me. And she was the lassie, like, because it was the other lassie that was arguing with me, and then the lassie that was doing my tattoo,
You're
she was
a
like,
fucking idiot.
I can understand, like, you don't understand any of this. I was
She's
like, I really don't.
Where
like,
is your
Did
carer?
she ask if you were a dunce?
No, it was a nonce because I thought it meant stupid. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a nonce. Like,
Are you on day release?
like so I was
It's not my
like,
fault. I'm a nonce.
oh my god, I'm a paedophile.
I'm a paedophile that hates women.
I think they're sex slaves and that. I was like,
my
oh, I'm digging
God,
a hole.
man, you fucking idiot.
Thank
And you were
fuck.
like, Ken, the thing was, I was texting him asking about this tattoo, and he was like, I'm gonna get him back.
I
What
know.
the fuck?
No, the banter was brilliant, man. That I loved the lassies. Like, they were fucking
Oh
great.
my
I even
God.
gave them a £50 tip. I did. I was like,
Shout out if you're listening. Doubt it,
I
but if you're
hope
listening,
they're fucking not.
shout out.
If they're listening to this shit, and they would have maybe listened to the ends before it. And they
What was
were.
our Instagram or whatever, so we can get our
No,
natural
because
shout
I
out.
feel somebody messages her and like tells her to listen.
No, but the tattoo's good.
No,
Get what I'm
it-
saying?
it's
It's
like-
like, tattoo.
Because
like,
when,
it's,
when we seen the tattoo, like when you showed us the drawing of it, we were like, that's got to be difficult today because
Like,
there's
see-
a lot of
see
detail.
the
Because he
Yins.
sent me the photo and I was like, straight away, I was like, that's not what that's going
Aye.
to look
see
But
the
she's
Yins-
actually done a
have you
fucking
seen
the
good
video?
job.
When it's like
Who do you
Lara
get
Croft,
Aye.
and like they wipe it and it looks like a fucking like oh man. But no, I'm so happy with it because when she was sitting me down, she was like right, we'll put the monkey here, and then because I was like I wanted different animals and that, she was like right, I kind of named a couple animals. She was like right, well you're gotta. Because a panda, I was like, I want a panda. She was like, we're gonna have to make that the big one because a panda doesn't have a lot of detail.
Aye.
So the bigger it is, the more detail we can put in. So I was gonna get that in the centre of the back, and she was like, and then we'll get like the monkey, but different animals kind of run about it,
Aye.
and then fill it in with like leaves and bamboo and that. And I was like, oh man, I love this lassie. Like she's sound.
Shout out.
It's Jade's J Art.
Is that
Uh,
Instagram?
It's everything, Hank.
Aye.
Facebook and that.
Shout out. No, the tattoo's actually legit as fuck.
Aye, it is.
If you do
I was
listen to
quite
this,
impressed.
I apologise for Banjo's fucking stupidity
Aye.
because that's actually a legit.
Oh
tattoo.
no, they're lovely lassies too. Like I'm fucking. They've asked me to talk about tampons as well.
Eh?
Like they've asked me to talk about tampons because obviously.
Listen, you misogynistic paedophile.
Aye.
Start talking about tampons.
Start talking about women's issues on
'Cause
this
I-
podcast.
I never
How the
knew.
what are we got to talk about tampons?
Well, I
Have
never
you
knew.
ever used a tampon?
I pooed you in it before.
Jesus.
With my teeth.
I never
Tasted
knew.
like rusty coins.
God.
Wee bit of
Fucking
copper.
hell.
Oh, that really does not help our case.
No,
for
it
being
doesn't.
misogynistic, does it?
No.
I never knew you get taxed on tampons.
Aye.
Like that's
Okay, no.
fucking.
It's classed as a luxury good, but
I know,
No,
that's
it's a
awful.
sanitary product, isn't it?
Aye, but it's
yeah, I
taxed
know
as
it
a
is.
like
luxury.
bog roll. What?
No, bog roll's not taxed. There's a
Is it
luxury
not?
good. No.
What? And
Why would-
tampons are
Aye.
Aye.
It's a big like,
that was like a
kicking
whole.
the fuck up.
It's a whole thing. Like
shit.
folk are like,
Aye.
it's
Why
not
the fuck should I have to pay extra?
Aye.
Because it's not a
for
luxury
something
product.
I can't
it's a,
help.
it's a
like,
sanitary thing. Yeah.
I wonder if
Yeah.
you could make your own.
I mean, you made your own fleshlight last week.
Aye.
You tell us how to do that.
A wee bit of cotton, a wee bit of rubber band. I wouldn't stick.
Somebody
a rubber
was
band.
telling me about like you get a tea towel when you're in the jail and you get the horn. You get the tea towel and wrap it round and then close it in a toilet seat and then shag the toilet seat. That's a that's a thing apparently.
That's Kim Banjo's doing the day.
And he was like, but you can kind of like in some jail toilets and that they've got like a kind of barbed edge on them and that, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I think it might be maybe it's the underside of like the lid or something.
You
I
not
didn't
do a pillow? Can you not do that with a pillow?
Aye.
Just do it with your roommate's pillow.
Rather than your
Dunno.
pillow.
No, but like you should get tampons free, man. Like they should be in wee dispensers, like in toilets. Just put the wee lever, get a tampon. Should be that. But then,
It definitely shouldn't be taxed.
but the
anyway.
lassie was saying like that wouldn't really work. Well, you get different sizes in that. Like,
Aye.
like maybe like fucking I don't know.
Here we go.
Pencil to duvet. Like.
Aye, Banjo. That's how they rate tampon size. It's a tog rating like
Aye.
fucking duvets. Fucking Jesus.
No, but I was actually like I was.
It
like,
depends
so
on your
ashamed.
flow.
So
Some
ashamed
lassies
of.
have
Is it
quite
not
a
the
heavy
same way
flow.
like bras and stuff like that as well? Like lassies that have bigger tits need bigger bras and they have to pay more than a lassie wee wee.
Yeah,
tits.
because it's
and
like,
you're like,
it's like mere fabric.
aye.
Mm.
But you're at the same time. I'm like, for some folk it is. Well, if you get like a
we don't have that
what
for
you
men
call-
though.
no, but
That's
No,
weird.
we
like-
don't have boobs. You're right.
if some
Yeah,
guys
but
do.
for like tops, like I'm a small, you'll be like a large or a medium.
It's the same. That's my point.
Aye.
Aye. Because like if you don't get like implants, if it's
Mhm.
just natural, why should you have to pay more? If,
Aye.
that was another thing
I mean-
that I'd seen where lassies were like, it's not fair, and I'm like, they've got a fucking point.
I can see the point, although like, it's a bra is like a necessary thing for a lassie, obviously.
Aye. I mean,
But
there's
at the
lassies
same
that
time,
I
didn't
know
like,
wear
lassies
it.
that didn't wear any.
Aye.
And that,
Aye.
like, if
I mean,
you
you get
if you're
like,
getting the lassies what didn't wear a bra and walk about with their nipples out, like I 100% support that. Like fucking
Shout out.
came with the wee, just see their wee nipples.
Like
Like,
they're
man,
trying
that's-
to walk about the park and you're trying to fucking breastfeed
Aye.
off them.
Aye. No, no, no.
Can I
No, I think
nibble
that's
that?
fucking class.
I think it's what I think's different is Ken how you get like lingerie and shit, which is not
Aye.
like that's
Oh, yeah.
different. You're gonna pay more for that anyway.
That's what I was going
but for like kind of standard bra or whatever,
yeah.
I don't know how you would classify it.
I
But
don't care.
Ken,
I've not got a lot of experience
No.
in the field.
I
I'll be
suppose
honest.
there's 100 different types of bras,
Aye,
like push
that's
up
the
and
thing.
fucking.
like sports bras and all that.
Here's another point I thought, right, and this is I'm got to really fuck up explaining this,
I'm shook.
and I just had a thought when I was driving. See if you had like a psychedelic, but
This does sound like you know
kind
your
of comes
thoughts.
into 2 points, right? And say you're religious or whatever, and in the psychedelic you met God or a God or whatever, and you were standing there bollock naked, like just speaking to God or whatever it is, and there'd be no shame in that, like that'd be your God, like whatever it is, would you feel, if it was acceptable in society, would you walk about bollock naked?
No.
See,
It's
I
a
would.
cleanliness thing.
I live in fucking Scotland, mate.
No,
It's
but
Baltic.
despite the weather,
You know what I mean?
if we lived in like Barbados or whatever, like the weather was brilliant, fucking, would you walk about bollock if it was socially acceptable? Like if you would walk down the
No,
street, but
because
if somebody walked past you bollock naked and you wouldn't have thought anything, just like
I
somebody.
ken what socially acceptable means,
Aye,
Banjo.
like,
Thank
if
you.
you wouldn't, no, but
Thanks
if
for
you,
explaining
if
that,
you wouldn't
you
even,
fucking non.
if you wouldn't even, I'm not a pedo.
No, see, do you not remember like when you were younger, Ken? Like when you were at high school and that, you'd just get a hard on at nothing,
All the time.
literally at nothing.
Aye.
A light breeze, and you're like, "Oh, we're away."
Jesus.
Get what I mean?
Aye.
That's not a good fucking look when you're down the street
No.
and there's just wains about, and you're just like, "You all right?" Get what I mean? I'm just.
There's a lot of reasons.
I'm just
that
in
it's
getting
not
my
a good
shopping.
idea. Get what I mean? Cleanliness is one. The other,
How
yeah, like
though?
Deke
What-
says,
what-
is Wayne's
What
kicking about.
cleanliness would
Mhm.
that be under?
What do you mean?
Like, I would say it's Merkel.
Banjo,
Well,
what you have to
you wear
remember
socks
is,
and
right,
shoes, so you're not covered in shit all the time.
Aye.
innit?
you wear
Yeah, I mean-
clays so you don't get covered in shit all the time. And
And
you
And-
have
and
to
it-
remember,
and it
right?
keeps you
sweat
warm.
under them.
I ken for you, right? I ken for you. Cleanliness is maybe not like.
No, like,
No, I'm not saying you're a manky
I've
cunt,
not showered
right?
today.
Aye. No, I'm not saying you're a manky cunt, right? But not everybody showers every day.
Aye.
That's my point. So, like,
Like,
where we might be clean if we were doing it, there's got to be other folk that aren't, and that smell gets bad.
But a
fast.
wee bit of fresh air on them, wee bit of rain.
No,
Ken,
it
it's
just
like,
circulates it, man.
Aye.
Like, can you imagine like his neighbour
Aye.
walking about in the buff?
Aye.
No thanks.
See, I would, man. I would walk about in the buff.
You'd date them now.
Well, I would
If you
it was-
could
Have
get
you
away
never
with
thought about going to like a nudist thing?
I have. I went to a nudist beach in that.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you cut a bit naked?
Aye.
Did you get arrested for it?
No.
Because you were trying to shag all the lasses?
No.
Did you at any
that
point
what-
going, I
that's
can't
what you
stand up
thought?
because I've got a hard on?
No, like I walked through it. I never chilled and all that. I just walked through it, and I was. But it's
Nobody hot
it's
here.
not socially acceptable there to have shorts on when everyone else is naked, because they all kind of look at you like, "Come on, man, what are you doing?"
You're just here
Aye,
for the
no,
view.
because at that point
Aye.
you look like a pervert.
Aye.
It's like
You're here
that
for
thing
the
in
view.
fucking Eurotrip. They're like, "Oh, there's
Aye.
this nudist beach. Let's fucking we'll go in there."
Mhm.
And they turn up and it's just like
Guys.
all these guys with their dicks out.
Aye.
And then the yin lassie gans to tuck her top off and they just fucking stampede
Aye.
like going towards her because they're all wanting to sit with her.
No, like, man, I'm confident in my skin, man. I'm not bothered a
would they
fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. Get what I mean?
I get too feared about my nipples because they're quite small.
I've got small nipples,
I know, but it doesn't bother you. It bothers me.
but you've got bigger nipples than me.
I know, but I still think they're really small compared to most folk.
Why
You've
would
got
you-
nipples that are in proportion, Banjo.
No,
That's the
I've
point.
got a nipple bigger than another, but so does my dad. So I think it's like
A genetic thing.
Genetic
yeah,
thing.
it's weird, that, isn't it?
Mm.
Why would you be bothered about your nipples though? That's
I just
weird.
don't like it. I don't like folk touching them.
I know you don't
or
like
anything.
because like
I'd feel like I was.
threatened me a lot.
Nah, I feel like I'd be like too exposed. See, if I was in the buff, I'd be like anybody could just grab this at any point and just.
What
tuck
about
it
your
clean
dick?
off.
No bothered.
Nah, not bothered, man.
No, just fucking.
Just his nipple. That's weird. That's just your nipples.
I'll get
See,
my
to
dick.
be fair, it's my legs.
I'll get my bars in
Aye,
that.
it's
out.
because you didn't have
Couldn't give a
like,
I
fuck.
know,
big
aye.
legs.
Aye.
I'd get my bars out plenty, especially back in the day.
Aye.
Aye, you got fucking.
You could never. You
I'll not
never
go-
went a
not
24
going
hours without
topless.
seeing Deke's balls back in
Aye.
the day.
Your balls are nothing like mine though, and that I feel
I've
emasculated.
I've got adult balls though, so.
I see. I don't. I genuinely don't. Like,
Banjo something to drop.
I
yeah.
don't. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I was like, is it still? To
When
come?
does puberty stop?
Like, I was like, mine are just like a tight acorn. Like,
Like an acorn.
like they're just. It's like it's cold all the time. But
Aye.
there's some days where it's like got a wee bit of droop, but it's nothing. Man.
a wee bit of droop. A wee bit of
a wee
droopage.
bit of droop. But that's like when I'm like sweating my cunt off.
Aye.
Oh, well, when you're warm, obviously. Like when you're cal, your balls come up.
Mhm.
Aye, but I must be. Does yours kind of like see here?
You're pointing
You're
at
pointing
your
at
hip.
your
Getting your
trousers.
dick root.
Aye.
Aye.
Mine gone here. Does yours do that?
What do you mean the gan there?
What do you mean?
Well, you're saying,
What are you talking
Like,
about?
you're saying your balls gan above your dick.
Aye. Yours not do that.
No.
Happens when I'm having
I
sex.
want to
and
look,
that.
but I didn't want to look. I want to see what the fuck he's
I'm
talking
sure
you
about.
get
but
on
I'm like,
about it.
It's
I
because
don't
they're
want to see
droopy
this.
the new, so it's hard.
The
Just
task
for
or...
the people listening, Banjo's got his.
Oh, that's not fuck off! Why did he do that? What is that? No, man, that's fucking nut.
Banjo just
That might be one of the. I'm not.
his trousers.
I'll guys sound like a prick here. That might be one of the weirdest things I've ever fucking seen. It maybe is a common thing, but I've never come across it.
See, when I'm lying down and a lassie's riding me, sometimes they go up. Like
That's got to be a thing. That's
Or-
I'd get the doctor.
sometimes when a lassie's
Get the
sucking me off,
doctors.
like when a lassie's sucking me off and she like fondles my balls, they're not there. Like she's fondling the sack because my balls are like up, and I'm like trying to push them down into my sack so it feels nice.
I've never ever seen that in my life.
In my life, I've never
Honestly.
even heard anybody say that.
Did you see what happened?
No,
like,
I'm alright.
I'll show you again.
show him after the podcast.
I'll show you the.
That's gave me the fear a wee bit. I kind of want to switch seats. I've honestly, like, just look, because it's you didn't see what you think.
Fuck! That is disgusting. What is wrong with you?
Stop doing it, man. I'm not fucking touching it.
I've never seen that in my life.
Might do that, like.
Guy, the fucking doctor.
It's when a lassie's riding me, and then like, or like fanny bits like hitting my balls because my balls are meant to drip down kind of behind her, and like she's like grinding them. I'm like, oh fucking hell!
So for folk listening,
like-
just so they can't remember talking, Banjo put his hands in the front of his trousers and then pushed his balls up past the top of his dick, and they're like, what would you call that? Like
Your dick root, your stomach bit.
no, like there's a name
Your
for it.
I call it a clam and a
Your
lassie.
bladder, effectively,
Aye.
like where your bladder is.
Maybe.
Your womb, where your womb would be if it was a lassie.
If you're a lassie, it's where your womb would be, and it literally bulges out like a fucking tumor. It's the weirdest Leave us a comment.
I don't know if
you've
that's
ever...
a common. I can't say I've ever came across
No,
that.
neither have I.
But if I was, I'd be getting the doctors just to ask.
I
a
would
couple
laugh
questions.
like fuck if it got stuck here one day.
It does. It genuinely does. See, when you sit down sometimes, oh, fuck, it's like
That is
that
Howford,
can't
man.
be right.
hurts, man.
I would definitely.
If, see,
I would
it was,
see a doctor.
It was
Aye,
hard
so
to
would
get
I.
it there the now, but see when I'm lying down sometimes, it'll just kind of float back.
Banjo wakes up in the morning with two massive tumours above his dick.
Like, it could be my balls could be fucking elsewhere, man. I don't know what
I'd
it is.
speak
like.
to somebody.
I'll maybe see.
A professional,
I'd get
a
that
medical
checked out.
professional.
Aye.
just to see.
I've got these white dots as well. You want to see these?
No, they're
No.
spots, man.
Aye, no,
I
they're
want to see them.
apparently they're fat, but the only bit of fat
Apparently,
I've
it's
got.
genital warts.
I was,
What?
I was gonna say it was the only bit of fucking fat on you.
No, just these wee
Fucking
balls are
hell.
fat.
That's fucking.
That's how.
I'm pretty shocked.
I'm
that doesn't
disgusted
happen
and
to you,
amazed
like,
at the
That's
same time.
class.
Shit, man. I was hoping that happens for
I
everyone.
thought we were just gonna be
I
like,
genuinely thought that
I thought
happened
we
to
were all
everybody.
going to be pushing our balls into our bladders and seeing what was happening. I was really looking forward to that this morning. Oh, Jesus.
I could get my bars out with even fucking.
No, I didn't.
No.
I would actually get in your baz it. Just fucking if you can topless.
Oh,
know what I mean?
man. That can't be good for you.
I don't know, man.
Would that not like, because there's like fucking.
Maybe it's like stunted dropping or something. I don't know.
I don't
Maybe.
know.
Maybe.
Is that a thing?
Apparently, I don't know.
Fuck.
See, when somebody twanged you though back at school, man, I used to fuck them up for that. Like, I used to
Do
get
you mean
raging.
twanged, like hitting the balls?
Twang, aye.
What was it they used to call it? There was a word I remember.
I think it used to just be twang.
I don't
Twang.
Aye, twang.
Have you ever flicked your cell in the balls?
No,
That's sad
intentionally.
as fuck.
What, for on purpose or?
No,
No.
I was. It was when we were at the school, right? And you would do like gymnastics, and we would get the trampoline out because none of us could actually do gymnastics. So you would just like jump
Drop-
off it and do like a front flip or some shit. I ran up, hit the trampoline, done a front flip, and in the air just went right into my balls. Land like I just face planted. I was like, I didn't care. I was just lying there.
I'm just
in
gonna
so
lie here
much fucking
and
pain.
cry for the next 20 minutes, man.
That's there. When you get your cell unintentionally, oh, it doesn't happen
Aye.
often, but
It's rough, man.
aye.
There was a boy need me in the balls, gents, and like it swelled. I'd only been like what 13, maybe
Aye.
12 or 13, and it fucking
Swelled up.
like it was like 5-6 times the size of the other end.
I would have been rocking them out all the time, man.
Oh mate, it was fucking brutal, man. I could barely walk for like a week. Aye,
Fuck
like
all of
I
that.
had to like sleep like a certain way to try and like
Keep the pressure off.
aye, pretty
Aye.
much, so they could try and like release as much pressure as it could to get
You can
the swelling.
get we blow up cushions for that. You get them when you get a vasectomy.
Aye.
I mean, I
It's
didn't
like
have
a wee
that problem.
donut you sit on.
Aye.
I didn't have that now.
Till your balls hang down.
It's kinda
Mine
just-
wouldn't though. See, mine wouldn't even do that at all.
I don't know. You
Maybe
need to
they've
go
got-
and see a doctor.
Maybe they've got helium in them or something. And it just keeps floating up.
Surely it fucks with like all the connections that got your nuts.
Aye.
You would think.
Well, I genuinely thought I was
Maybe it's
infertile.
like being double jointed. Get what I mean?
I've got double jointed balls.
Aye.
I genuinely thought I was infertile because like I've never got a lassie pregnant, and I always fucking shot my load in that, like in them.
Always thought it was infertile. Has 2 ends.
5. No, I genuinely thought that, and then when I was like, I went to the doctors about something else, chlamydia or something. I was like,
I had this in your head and I was like, well, I'm here.
I was like, I genuinely think I'm infertile, and they're like, oh no, we can't even test for that unless you're with a lassie trying for a wean for like over a year. I
Aye.
was like, oh man,
Can you not just get a fertility test?
I'm not buying it. Like, fuck that.
I always wondered when I'd got kneed in the balls if that had like totally.
They say that,
Fuck
does it
mine,
like...
Uh,
They say getting hit in the nuts a lot can drop your chances. But
Aye.
a lot of things do, like smoking does, drinking
Yeah.
does.
hot tubs.
Aye. Shit like that.
They get
It's
too
mad.
warm.
Cook your baz in that, man.
Aye. Whatever.
I wonder if tasered.
Aye.
I'd
balls,
imagine
like,
so. Aye.
wee bit of fucking boost.
Maybe just gives your little swimmers a wee zing. Fucking straight out there, no bother.
You ever get a wee static shock? Wait till comedy. Give a fucking shock to the heart hitting.
That's genuinely mystified me.
I know.
I've never seen that before.
I genuinely thought it happened to everybody, but I was too feared to admit it. And then I just said that. On a
So what
fucking
you thought you'd
podcast.
do is you'd say it on the podcast.
Aye.
Aye.
Just announce it to like a couple hundred folk.
Aye.
It's weird though because like, see when I'm meeting new people, like I'm a shy person, kind of fucking like a wee bit enclosed in that, and then speaking on the podcast to what like 100 folk, 200, whatever it is, I'm not bothered to fuck like. But then folk come up to me and be like, I did this. I'll admit to anything. You know what I mean? Like, no shame.
I see. We were talking about that outside when we were waiting on you. See when folk come up to you and they're like, "Oh, aye, mind this thing you were talking about in the podcast," and you're like, "What?"
No, not a clue.
No idea.
Then
Don't remember a fucking
somebody
bit
brings
of it.
something up, I'm like, oh fuck, didn't talk about that, man. Jesus. But, yeah.
I can't wait for folk to be coming up to you in the pub being like, "I can date a banjo," shoving their balls up.
I've got a shout out to fucking Gear. I've got 2.
Cool.
Can you remember them this week?
Well,
You've been trying to do this for
aye.
like a fortnight.
Aye.
Andy Dean, shout out to him, man. He's giving me lifts when I'm drunk and that. Sometimes, most times. So shout out to him, man. He listens in that like rapid car in that class. Made it for fucking CD to the bit in 3 minutes, man. I was well proud of him.
Dangerous driver.
I was wrecked, like I was fucking hammered.
It could have been 4 hours for a banjo.
Could have been, man. Another shout out to Kieran. So I shout out to him too. He was in-
Oh, I tell you, when we're talking about fans and shit, we got another email.
I don't
Hey,
It's a video though, eh?
can you take yourselves to fuck because you're vulgar?
No, I was quite surprised. He asked.
Oh, it's not a fucking pocket pussy, is it?
Nah. KRM Zov. KRM Zov? Karamazov. Don't know. Regular listener here, great show. Can you please describe and review this video, preferably in real time? Not open the video, just a YouTube link. Problem we have here, you didn't have internet now.
I've no internet. No.
So we're going to have to do this on my phone if we're doing it. Let's see what the video is.
Go for it.
I didn't even care. It might. Oh, it's an army thing.
Is it long? I want to
40
sit here
seconds long.
Oh, I'll watch so much.
who sent it in?
It just says,
The fans for Singapore.
cheers, Karamazov. Don't know. Karamazov? Anybody? Any
Shout out,
takers?
mate.
Shout out, Karamazov.
Thanks
Only
for the
this,
video.
second or third email we've had? I sent him a wee reply because I'm a nice guy. Okay. Right, so we'll watch this video.
I was going to say if it's like a 5-minute video.
I
that
know.
can't be
Well,
fun.
I'd have to edit that shit out.
No
It's
offence,
called.
mate.
I'll link it in the description if anybody's want to watch it. It's titled "Keeping My Faith. This is belonging army jobs." I'm assuming it's for you, Banjo.
Hey.
Holy fuck, it's loud.
Have you seen it?
Nah.
Oh, no.
Is this
Army
one of the
men in
adverts? Mind they had the adverts for it.
Pretty sure I've seen this before. So the guy's praying.
Aye. Keeping my faith.
Oh, boys.
Shout out.
I've definitely seen that.
Aye. So all the soldiers, so basically,
That's brilliant,
for anybody
that,
who's not got to watch it or seen it or whatever, what it basically is they have in, what do you call it, Afghanistan and Iraq and that when they go, they get locals to like do translations and shit, and the video pretty much shows like a platoon or whatever you call it, a platoon,
Yeah.
stopping to let the guy pray at like the guide guy or whatever.
Is it Ramadan? No, am I going to say
Ramadan's a
Ramadan?
festival.
That's
That's him just
Is
praying.
it?
Aye.
Oh, Jesus.
Aye, so what do you think about it, mate?
No, man, I think that's nice. Like, I think
fucking
it's,
Aye.
it shows different cultures, I suppose.
Because you see, in America, they had I think it was Iraqi translators and shit like that. And they, like, I think it's something to do with if you're a translator for a certain amount of time, you get, like, a visa or some shit to come to America because
you
you're
can
turning...
apply for a visa.
Yeah. And they were having all these problems, like, with bureaucracy and red tape and that, getting all these applications and shit through. And these guys are sitting there like, mate, the fucking Taliban or whatever will actually fucking kill me if you didn't let me in this fucking country. And like all the soldiers and that they help out are like, you need to get the finger out and get this sorted. Because these boys are sound as fuck.
Like the boys were like
our lives.
They were like
many
to be like,
times.
you need to get rid of this fucking red tape. This is a fucking joke.
I never realised fucking how much the Red Cross does for fucking like soldiers and that.
Aye.
Like, I just thought the Red Cross was like for homeless folk and shit. Like shit like that.
Oh no, they do shit all over the world.
Aye. Like they fucking, what is it? POWs and that, they fucking save them and like get them in that. It's mad. Like shout out to Red Cross. Nah man, that's sweet.
Right, so something else happened this week. Big fight Saturday night.
Oh, it's not.
Wilder.
How much money did you lose by
Nothing, because I was meant to put a bet on, and then I was like, right, fucking stay up.
What were you going to bet on?
Let's not. I was going to bet on Wilder, but what happened was fucking. It was
He
on because I like no,
He got fucked up.
Well, fucking. I was like, right, I'll stay up in that, and I was getting sleepy, and my phone was going to die, and I was like, right, fuck it. So I ended up waking up at like 4 o'clock or whatever. I was like, right, I can make a fight. Got my phone, died. I was like, fuck. And I was like, oh, my charger's in the car. I was like, I'm not even going to bother, man. Fuck it. I'll just watch it in the morning. So I woke up in the morning, went to my bag. My fucking charger was in there. I was like, fuck, could have watched it. So went on to like, went on a stream and went on to a link and I was watching the fight. And then at the end of like near the end of the fight, I was like, is this exactly the same as the first fight? Like, what the fuck?
You watched the
I watched the fucking first fight, and I was like, what the fuck, man?
Fucking dumb.
And then I was like, I still didn't care what happened in the second fight. And then I just swiped left on my phone, and it came up this Bixby, and it straight away Wilder. I thought, oh, like fucking bastard, man. So I never watched it. I still haven't watched it.
It was a great fight.
Was it?
Aye, really good. Fury fucking dominated.
It's weird that, like, because Fury came out and said before the fight, he was like, I'm just going to come in, be really aggressive and not give him any chance to hit me. I'm going to be in and I'm going to be close all the time.
How many rounds did it go?
7. And he got stopped. Well, he's corner threw in the towel.
Aye?
Aye. Because he was fucked. They should have stopped it earlier,
Aye.
probably.
Right.
But
knocked down in the third.
Aye. They reckon
And
he
a bit
burst
erupted.
his eardrum.
Yeah.
Fury burst his eardrum at the end of the second, and there was like blood pissing out of it, and it fucked up his equilibrium, and he was like struggling to stay on his feet. Like
he was like losing his balance.
he got dropped. I think officially he had 2 knockdowns, but he fell like 5 times because he just kept losing his balance.
He couldn't stand up.
They've got 30 days to agree to a trilogy.
I think they'll do a trilogy.
I think they will, but I didn't want. I want me to fight Joshua now. Like if you look at the 2 fights, the 2 Fury Wilder fights. Wilder never really looked like winning, other than the one big shot that he landed in the 12th in the first fight. But over like what would it be, 20 rounds of fighting, 19 rounds of fighting, Fury dominated him. Like there's nothing for me to suggest that Wilder can beat Fury. I mean, he's got the big right hand.
Jahanky maybe
he
then
ate
goes...
a lot of them big right hands too.
Yeah, well, Jahanky then maybe goes, actually, this is the first loss of my career. I need to start taking it seriously.
What, Wilder?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
Well, that's the first time he's lost, so like he maybe gets that thing where he's like, well, as long as I hit him with my right hand, I'll just win the fight.
Aye, he doesn't have a plan B.
Yeah,
There's like a tight he should have been working on a plan B because he's been the champion for 5 years.
Aye.
He should have been working on a plan B during that time.
Aye.
And the fact that he hasn't, why would he start now? Like, he's 32?
Well, he's never lost a fight though.
Aye,
He's like,
but
well,
still.
plan A, I keep winning with plan A, so
Aye,
I
but
didn't
you
need
still,
the plan B.
You should still prepare and be a better boxer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
but
because
it was-
Fury's a far more technically talented boxer than Wilder is.
Yeah.
And Wilder's, in that 5 years, like, I haven't watched every single one of his fights. I imagine he has improved, but it's not like he's came on leaps and bounds. Like, he started in the game pretty late, too. Like, he hasn't been boxing
that's
since
true.
he was, like, 5-year-old. He started, like, late in the day. I can't remember his exact age, but... I don't know. I'd rather see him fight Joshua. That would be the biggest fight in the fucking history.
Wilder.
No, Fury.
See,
Unify
I'd
the
I'd
belts.
rather
Two
watch
British
Wilder.
boys fighting at Wembley. Sold it. That imagine that. That'd be a fucking fight.
The Gypsy King versus
And Fury'd
the
fucking beat him.
The Lucozade icon.
Fury's unreal. Like, he came in 19 pounds heavier for this fight.
Yeah.
Some shit like
Aye.
that.
Because
And-
folk were like, up at, like at the weigh-ins and that, like he didn't take his t-shirt off, and folk
Aye.
were like, you only do that if you're a fat fuck.
Aye,
You're
because
like,
Ruiz done that too.
Let's maybe just be like, what? He's maybe a fat fuck, but he's a fucking machine.
Because Wilder came in like 13 heavier as well. He came in the heaviest I think he's ever came
Yeah.
in for a fight, but didn't make any difference.
But he started to slow down in the fucking...
I didn't
last
watch any of
fight.
the UFC, you know.
No, neither did I.
I never. Apparently it was... I don't know.
I don't
Apparently
know.
it was fucking
Paul
weird.
Felder and I can't remember what
Hooker.
the main event was.
Dan
Hooker.
Hooker.
Aye, they were
Yeah.
like sitting in hospital together.
I
Aye,
seen
I've
that
seen
in the
that.
beds next to each
Aye.
other and that was class.
No, Fury looked good. It was a good fight.
Mhm.
It was better than the first fight, and Fury
Aye.
dominated him. Man.
I'm
It
gonna
was
have to watch
unreal.
it, like,
But
yeah.
there was always that thing. I was sitting watching it, and I was like, although Fury's winning, I was like, Wilder could still crack him.
Well,
Like-
that was what Wilder said. He was like, I didn't need to be the best boxer there. They'd need to be perfect for the
12
whole
rounds,
fucking fight.
Aye.
I just need to catch them on one mistake.
I need to be
And they're
perfect for
out.
1 second.
Yeah.
You need to be perfect for 12 rounds.
Aye.
But Fury
Un-
was
unless-
perfect for
unless you're fucking Tyson Fury, apparently.
because he just walked him down. Because everybody was like, you wouldn't walk down Wilder because you'll walk onto a punch. And Fury's like, watch me, not give a fuck.
Watch me.
And he just literally got in his face and just walked him down.
Aye.
And was like,
He said he was
hit
gonna
me.
do it before
Let's
it,
see,
and
hit
he
me
ca-
and
he
see what
can't.
happens. And he did get cracked a couple of times, and like it kind of wobbled him once, but he was never like in massive danger.
Aye.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna have to watch it. Like.
that
It's
was
totally unrelated to fighting, but did you see Lewis Capaldi at the Brit Awards?
came out with Bucky.
No, it was his first chin. He walked up with like a wee fucking dumpy bottle of Red Stripe,
Aye.
and
They
they
beeped his
apparently
entire
live. They
thing.
beeped the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was like it was only a 5-second speech. He was just like, "Thanks very fucking much," and then just wandered away. And then he was like, for the next shin, they think it's about my girlfriend who you can now see every night on ITV's Love Island. It's actually about my granny who's she's dead. I really hope ITV don't contact her for a reality dating show.
Fucking
Thanks my manager and this and that, and thanks to my mum and dad for making love, I guess.
Thanks for my granny.
Thanks to my granny for being dead. Cheers, Dad. And then wandered off, but he's funny as fuck,
He's
man.
class, like.
I like a bit of fucking Lewis Capaldi, man.
That was a good laugh.
Like his music's like, I'm not like, oh my god, he's amazing at like with music and that. I'm like,
Aye.
fuck it, he's got like good tunes and that.
Aye.
But I think honestly,
got a
I think he's
voice on him.
funny as fuck. Like
Aye.
I really, that's my biggest attraction to him. I was like, he's just funny as fuck.
You see his Instagram where he was walking down the high street with a fucking toilet brush because he clogged the toilet.
Aye, in Las Vegas, and he didn't want to ask the maid to clean it. He's fucking brilliant, man. Like
class,
googling his net worth, and he's like, "I'm apparently worth $1 million.
Where the fuck's this money?
I've got £200 in my bank account. This is a fucking joke." Or the fucking tracksuit with the piano on the front. It's fucking brilliant, man.
The wee sunglasses money rocks in with them.
He's funny as fuck, man.
Aye.
I've got a lot of time for watching him. I really do. I think he's fucking class. Oh, anyway, what else has been going on, mate?
I don't know.
Have a nice wee romantic weekend. Oh, I meant to ask Smug, actually.
What, for a nice wee romantic weekend?
Yeah. Treats you right. That guy. That's what he does.
Spits in you first before he puts it in.
Aye. No, it's to get I wanted to get him on. Lead singer of the Dangleberries, Phil Fireman and that. I needed to see when he was free. And I totally forgot to ask him. I'll text him later.
Fucking useless. No wonder things didn't get done in this podcast.
Ken.
Oh. Fucking.
Oh!
Well, if Kev hadn't let us down and been a fucking shite bag, we'd have been fine. I'm a boxer.
Yeah, well, bitch.
Fuck you, Kev.
What was I going to say? Ken, how this
That's
last
staying in, by the way. Fuck him. I want him to be at work and then everybody like, "I Kev, fuck you." Just to be a bastard.
Yeah, Ken, that lassie what I was sleeping with.
That
You
does
have
make
to be more specific, mate.
I can't be that so specific.
Specific.
Subscribe. Specific. Ken, she just split up with her boyfriend and that, and her boyfriend was
yes.
aye.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I was sleeping with her, and oh fuck, how can I say this? Sleeping with her best pal, right? Who she also kind of works with in that.
Also kind of works.
But oh wait, I'm going to walk away from here. But like,
See in 30 seconds.
She
He's
nested
got
that.
to no, cut that.
Edit
Cut
that
that.
out.
Aye.
Oh,
Bearing in mind, this is going up the night when I get in.
Aye.
Eh,
So you can't wait any of time to bed
Well,
and then shit it.
she's been shady too, because she was fucking sleeping with somebody. She was like panning me off a few times because she was meeting up with this guy.
Ken, how
So-
you do that?
I'm,
everybody else
so
do.
I'm
no.
absolutely disgusted
No.
with that lassie
Ken.
for going with another guy while she's nogging it with you.
Aye.
Ken, how dare she spread my diseases about? Like,
Fucking hell.
so now I didn't feel bad about sleeping with her pal because like she's sleeping with folks. So shout out to you, Hen.
That was a story.
Aye, so I thought I'd share that. Edit that out, man, because
No,
that's just
No, it's
Didn't have
fine.
time.
No, didn't have
2
time.
minutes, man. 2 minutes of me just talking shit there. Edit it. It sounds.
No, I'll stay in.
No,
I won't even listen to it, so I don't know if you fucking edit it or not.
Mate, the amount of fucking editing I done yesterday, there's not much getting done tonight.
Aye.
Fuck.
Try
I
to
was
do that
up for
fucking gameplay.
7 fucking hours yesterday.
This gameplay's a fucking nightmare.
sorting that shit.
Fuck that.
And it's not even, I'm not putting it out.
Aye.
The quality is just not there. It's just gotta be trial and error, but we'll get
Yeah.
there. And then you need to see when we're recording gameplay, you need to stop just sitting on your fucking phone.
Just sitting
I
on,
forgot-
Just
I
sitting
thought-
on Tinder.
It was just like
Literally it was. No, it was the first fucking game we played, right? Of
Aye.
Call of Duty. He's sitting there and you were playing, me and him
Mhm.
were sitting on the couch. And he was like, I was like, do you want to just stop sitting on your phone? He's like, oh no, I'm checking my stats and that. And then I look at his phone and he's sitting on Instagram
Aye.
and fucking Messenger. And I'm like, it does look like that. 2 minutes later, I'm like, do you want to get off your fucking phone? And he's like, oh, okay, I'm just messaging these folk. And then in the last game, we're sitting there fucking playing. And he says fuck all for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I turned to him and gone, how's Instagram banjo, alright? And he's like, I know, I've got this person messaging me and that person messaged me and that. And I'm like, do you want to put your phone down? And he's like, oh fuck, well, I'm supposed to be talking, aren't I?
No, it's just because we were playing a game. Because obviously a podcast is a podcast, so we sit and talk. But when we're playing a game, I'm just like, because I don't talk when I'm playing a game. If
I've noticed.
if I've got a mic on, like if I've got a mic, I don't even talk when I'm in a game. And I'm like, this is weird.
I think we're gonna have to kick you out, Banjo.
Aye.
That's
For the gameplay anyway.
that's fine by me, man.
But
I've got a couple of folk I'm gonna try
no,
out
that was
and
a
see how
thing.
we
We're
get
going to
on.
have to sort this.
Yeah.
Because the plan was to put that out the day instead of, or Monday instead of the
Mm.
podcast.
Yeah.
You fucked it.
But it's just, not happening.
It's trial and error, man.
Aye.
We'll get there.
I mean, ideally, man, when we were going to record the Resident Evil gameplay at my bit, and then you showed up late, and then you were like, let's get to the shop, and then you were like, let's change the lights in my car.
Yeah.
And, like, that's what happened yesterday. Should have got started it then, which was like a month ago. But
Aye.
some arsehole was like, no.
I'm gonna try and hook the VR up as well. See if I can get you on VR. Because you'll have no choice but to talk then. 'Cause
I'll
you'll
buy
be
that
shitting your
webcam for game.
Didn't he buy
And
anything else?
That was
mate?
cheap, wasn't it? So no, but if we're getting
We're not- I mean,
video,
we're not gonna
like,
use it.
Oh, we will. If we're getting video, then it's a lot easier. So
How is it a lot?
Because
How
then
would
I'll-
you even care?
I'll focus more because I'll see myself and be like, I need
You'll
to
know, you'll
focus.
have a VR headset on.
Well, I'm meaning for like other things. Mm-hmm.
So you gotta be a cam boy. Is that a thing?
I will be.
Cam girls, cam boys.
Cam guy? Is that
Cam
what they call
guy.
him?
I think so. I don't
Setting
mind.
up an account?
Just be topless all the time. Just do a nude streaming. You able to do that? No.
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 Non Twitch.
Well, you can.
I mean,
think you can do
on,
it on
like,
Pornhub.
Aye, Pornhub and shit.
Yeah.
Do Pornhub have cams? I'm sure they probably do.
There'll
Some
be a
sort of cam
category
service.
somewhere, man.
Oh yeah,
No.
that'd be fucking next level. See if you could just sit there in the buff playing Xbox and that. I'd get a bash.
I
I'd
do.
have to, I'd have to
You
wear
probably could.
I'd have to wear nipple tassels though, because I'd get quite. Into it.
Do you get chafed?
Just lying there fucking playing away and you just see Banjo's ball floating in his stomach.
Fucking hell.
Pause it just to press it to never stay there.
Do I get chafe? What do you mean?
Like chafing your nipples?
No.
No, not at all.
I
I don't understand. I've had it once and
Runners
it's
get it, do they
fucking
not?
awful.
Yeah, it's with a t-shirt like
yeah.
thingy and all
It's
that.
awful. Like, yeah.
Cool.
Peeled before as well.
Oh, your nipple peeled off.
Yeah. No, like not completely, but like.
Obviously.
Cutting about with your fucking nipple.
I know somebody that's got fucking nipple twisted and like they don't have a nipple no more. Like,
Are you sure?
100%.
Somebody gave them a nipple
Aye.
cripple and it just came off.
Nipple cripple.
Like, it was that hard it tore their nipple off. I swear to God.
Fucking
Like, imagine that, man. Why have you got
That's
your
my
nipple?
biggest fear.
I'd literally super glue it back on, man. Like, I'd be like, I need to take that home.
Can I
with
get a
me.
prosthetic?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
fucking.
You got any third nipples out?
No.
No, I'm interested to see you in them.
Why?
I just want to touch it, see if they've got feeling in it, see if you can get it hard.
We'll get a wee flick when it's calm.
You ever slept with a lassie
There's
with like a
something wrong with
piercing?
you.
Like,
What?
ken with their nipples pierced or...
Belly button.
No, that doesn't count.
Aye.
You're not going to
No, I've never
fucking
had-
tongue their belly button. Like,
Well,
it's
some
like-
folk, mate.
Well, I have before, but... You dig out the fluff first, obviously. Do you just get fluff?
Aye.
I don't. I had a boy at work took
Do you
his
have an
top off
innie or
the
an
other day.
outie?
An innie outie.
Right.
What?
Like an innie
There's
outie.
two classes. It's innie or
There's
outie.
three.
There-
There's three. There's
Let's
an-
see.
No, it's like...
There's an
Get
innie
an
and
innie, but
outie.
it just looks like a void.
Let's
and
see.
It just forever fucking... It's an innie outie.
It's an innie.
It's an innie outie.
It's an innie.
But you can see the inside.
Exactly.
That makes it an innie.
No, because
It
there's...
doesn't poke out.
What?
It's inside.
It does. There's innies where it's like a black hole where you don't know how fucking deep it goes because you can't see it. See, you're close to an innie.
No, that's an innie.
That's almost a void. Almost.
What are you talking
Let's see
about?
yours. Let's see it. Oh. See, that's a void. Like, I don't know how deep that goes.
It's still an innie though.
Well, mine's an innie outie.
No, it's not.
There's no. Well, no, it's an innie.
There's two classifications here, mate.
It's an innie outie.
Ask any doctor. Ask any medical
That's a
professional.
proper
I would ask him
medical
about my
term.
balls too whilst I'm at it. Can you have a look at my belly button? I think it's an innie outie.
Well, they're pretty close together, though, apparently. Fucking hell.
Aye, where were we going with that?
Aye.
Piercings?
Ever been with a lassie that's got nipple pierced or fanny pierced?
No funny.
Aye.
Yes, why?
He's smart at that. Oh,
I don't
See,
hate nipples, no.
see, like, I like to play with nipples.
I'm
and
shook.
like, it throws me off my game when it's pierced because I'm like,
It's like playing away for him.
like
I'm not used to this stadium.
because I asked him, I was like, have you got feeling in this? Like,
So when you start playing on AstroTurf for the
Aye.
first time,
yeah, no, because I'm like, did I lick this? Like, can you
Aye.
still feel it? And some of the lasses, but I've got more feeling in it now. I was like, and then some lasses like,
I like
know,
how like Banjo's getting like dead into it and he's like, oh, let's fucking go. Sees his nipple piercing. Do you still have feeling in that?
I like there's a fucking needle through that thing, like. And they're like, I lick it. I was like, like to unscrew this ball with my teeth. Like, what goes on here? So it totally throws me off my game. Especially when that 50-year-old I slept with, she had her fanny pierced. And I was like, I've no idea what to do with this thing. Like, I was licking it, and I was like, this just tastes like metal. Like, I don't know.
A well day, Banjo, aye.
But, like, do I suck it? Honestly, man, no matter how many lassies I gone with who has it, I'm like, it still throws me every fucking time. So, how did you feel with it?
I think I've ever had a lassie with her
What does
nipples
Emma
pierced.
like?
you're a fucking idiot.
So, what did you do?
Have you never thought about getting a Prince Albert?
Is that where your belly's pierced?
Yeah.
No, I've got
Aye.
a pal that's got that, and he showed me one day, and I'm like, that is not for me.
Do you have anything pierced? You seem like the kind of cunt that would.
I tell you what, man, I used to.
You seem like the guy, like Deke was, that had like the wee stud in his ear.
I used to. I've pierced my ear like 8 times.
I used to have my eyebrow pierced, I know.
Aye.
So I
That's
did, aye.
weird, that, like, that's fucking. I used to have my ear pierced. Like I did it. I kept used to doing it myself like 8 times, just jam the needle through.
I mind you were trying to do it outside the bottom chippy one day, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You had a lighter and a needle. And you were trying to heat up the needle.
I wouldn't
and
heat
stab
Oh,
yourself in the fucking ear.
because it had been out that long. I couldn't get it to thingy, and then I done it when I got home, and I was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that."
So outside the bottom chippy, I was like,
Sick
"What
as
are you
fuck.
doing, man?"
I was seeing this lassie, and she was into guys kin with the stretchers.
Oh,
So I was
fuck
like,
that.
I'm gonna have to get a stretcher to shag her. So
That's the most houghing piercing you can get.
she had a kit. She had a kit, so I kept fucking went to earring, and man, I was stretching this fucker out like, and it was so fucking sore.
How does it work?
It's just like you get your ear pierced, and then you get like a bigger earring, and then a bigger yin, and then you move on to the fucking hangs, and you get a bigger. So I had to have that, man, cut about with this fucking peg in my ear just to fucking try and shag the lassie.
Was she worth it?
No, she fuck worth it, man, but I shagged her.
Shagged her, taken it out straight away.
Yeah, did, man. Thank fuck it, because some yins don't go back. Like you see, like it's a fucking drippy sack, man. It's like God.
No, I think that's minging as fuck
Yeah.
as far as piercings go.
See, folk put padlocks in that and shit. I'd be petrified of that.
Nah,
Like,
fuck that.
Was
there no video on YouTube where some guy would gun up to the folk with the big fucking, was it a stretcher? And they'd get a padlock or a bike lock and then bike lock them to stuff. I was like, that's fucking class.
That's fucking awful, man. I'd be petrified of that.
It does suit some folk though, and it can look hot on some lassies to an extent, but when it's like fucking
Some lassies.
Like, I'm alright with most things for like tattoos and piercings and shit like that, but the fucking stretcher thing, hell no. I'm out.
No.
I'm
alright to about the size of a clipper, and then after that I'm like, looks a bit strange.
It's just
if I could fit my
weird,
dick
man.
through it, man, I'm not. Well, then again, imagine that.
Imagine fucking somebody's earlobe.
Yeah. Interesting that one.
No,
Came up, Andrew's dead.
it's not even a thing that crosses your mind.
If you can fit like a fucking pocket pussy through your earlobe, like, give me a shout.
Your earlobe would have to be massive, man.
What? So she just got to lie there on her side while your balls are slapping against the side of her face, just like
the
Well,
sack
that's-
would be.
I've fucked Lassie's thighs before.
kind of lightly fucking brushing against her with nothing in it.
I've shagged Lassie's thighs before, and their thighs genuinely felt better than their pussy
What?
when they're lying
Sorry.
there.
Excuse me.
And like, I fucked their thighs before. Ken, when they've got the big juicy thighs, like they're thick, like nice. Shagged their thighs before.
I've just levered
Were
Lucas.
were they awake for that or what? Oh no!
Why would you do that?
It's no counts as rape.
No,
No, like
Sexual assault at the very least.
no, it's just like I was because they would do it and it would kind of slip through their thighs, and I'm like, that feels really fucking good. And then like I'd shag them, and I'm like, let's just go back to the thighs. Nah, but
No.
You're a weird
edit
bastard.
that out.
No,
No,
not got time.
no time of the day. Not if the people are going to hear this tomorrow.
I hope these fucking tattoo lassies didn't listen to this because it is getting a bit.
It was to say to them that you're a misogynistic nonce. I think that's
Aye.
maybe got to put them off.
Yeah.
I hope she listens to hear the shout out because the tattoo is legit. I do rate the tattoo.
Aye, it is.
But
And to be fair, it comes across as like we're total pieces of shit.
it does. Aye.
95% of the time.
When you listen to the episode, you're like, cunts.
Aye,
We're nice people though.
Well, two of us are.
we are.
I am.
You're a piece of shit.
We are.
I'm not though.
Banjo, we've got
I've
22 episodes of evidence that proves you're a piece
I've
of
got
shit.
good intentions though. Like if I see somebody like
Put 30 hours
if an old
of
lady's
audio
crossing the
record.
street, like I'll help her. Like
If what?
an old lady's crossing the street, I'll help her.
She wouldn't want your help. She'd be like, Gad Riddle.
Like I'm a nice guy. Got a nice heart.
You're an idiot with a heart of gold.
Ah, I see.
Oh.
And chlamydia.
And all of the STIs.
I need to get tested.
Stop
'cause I
doing that.
genuinely like that lassie. So
I really like that lassie. Probably shouldn't give her the clap.
They say romance is dead.
Fuck
Fucking hell.
Fuck me, man. I don't know how you've got through life this long.
You're
I
there.
really didn't.
I said something in the fucking last podcast, man, and a lassie got it wrong, and thank fuck she did, because I said, what did I say? This lassie, what I really like, is coming up. So she was like, I'm genuinely going to come to your fucking door and tell this lassie how much of a fucking scumbag you are. I was like, good luck with that. I was like, nice one, we'll be there. Because I was away down there, but she thought she was coming up, so I don't know if she chapped the door or not. Like, but whoop, dodge that bullet. So she's coming up next week.
Fucking hell.
No, so.
You said you had quite a good week this week to me outside.
I've been having a really good couple of weeks. Everything's just coming together, like, really nicely. I've not...
What, since you got the nod from the army, it's all coming together?
I would say aye. It's just everything's just falling into place nicely. Like,
Must be nice.
nothing's bothering me anymore. Like, nothing... I'm not getting pissed off at anything. Like, or nothing... like, something inconvenient happens, I'm like, oh well, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's just... Everything's really nice lately. I'm waiting for it to kind of crash and...
Waiting for this podcast to come out.
Was it the fucking in? That's what it's called.
The what?
The fucking in.
Sorry?
When everything's going great, the fucking in happens, and then like just pits.
I don't think that's a term.
It's like fucking in. Google it.
I ken fappening. That's when all the celebrity
That
nudes
was all
got
the
leaked.
celebrity nudes.
No, the Google
Fucking how the what
the fucking
fuck?
nin. Fucking nin.
It's coming from somebody that didn't care what misogynistic means. I can't imagine
And
this is a word.
Told other people that he was a nonce.
Fucking-
Aye,
Sorry, I'm a nonce.
the fucking
Alright,
in.
sound.
I'll just put my
Fucking.
Aye.
What does fucking mean? It means when your day's going too well and you don't trust it and some shit finally goes down. There it is a word.
Booyah.
It's not a word, mate.
The fucking
It's
but
not
it's a
in
word.
It's not in the Oxford
It's
English
in my
Dictionary.
fucking dictionary.
It's in
The Urban Dictionary.
It's the fucking in. See?
Why do you feel like everything's been going too
Oh,
well?
it's,
Feel like
it's been brilliant. Like, I know my car's got to fuck up soon, but I'm not bothered. Like, if I break down, break down. Pfft. Everything's great.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. How's it been going with you?
I had a shite day
same
yesterday.
shit, different day.
Mhm.
I was rough as fuck yesterday after poker, man.
Did you win?
Nah. I won one fucking hand all night. I won at poker.
Nice.
The worst fucking game of poker I've ever had in my life.
And it was the big
And it was the big game. It's the
Aye.
only game I've not finished in the top three.
Aye.
And it was the top three.
Because you were saying in the co-op, you were like, if I didn't finish in the top three tonight, I'm going to be fucking raging.
I was.
Aye.
And then I got steaming. I had a bottle of Kahlua and half a crate of Desperados to myself. So I was quite content at the time.
I would take the huff with that. I would be.
Have you ever played poker?
played with you?
When?
I remember playing for like pound coins and stuff.
No.
Sure, we were in the
That wasn't long.
Sam's.
Was I not shithead?
Well, we played that table. We played poker because you were like, it's hard to play poker with you because you can fuck all about poker. so we
aye.
can't.
Aye.
You don't know.
Sounds like
You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Aye,
So it's
that's
hard
it.
to kind of read you.
That sounds a bit right.
It was. I won a few times.
You did, aye.
Mm-hmm.
I mind I played down at the bowling club the other day, man. I was hungover as fuck. Did they? This was our Christmas, 'cause they have a big game over Christmas and New Year. It was like the 27th of December or something. And I'd been up on Boxing Night till about 4 in the morning. And then got up to get to the bowling club at 11. And I was rough as fuck. And I sat there till 7 at night, still playing.
Sir.
And I was just sat there, and who was it? It was Jobby. Was like, "Are you alright, Hog?" And I was like, "Mate, I'm done." Like, I thought I would get there and I'd be out in like 2 hands. I ended up sitting for like 8 fucking hours. I was just like, all in. Just get me out of here. I didn't care anymore. I finished like 12th.
Get
I was
me
like, I
out.
didn't even give a fuck
Shit,
anymore.
man.
It's a bastard of a game to play. Like, because when we played, it was like, you play for a while, everybody gets bored, and then you're like, everybody go all in and fucking see what happens.
No.
But them
was-
lads play serious down there,
Mhm.
and I was like, fuck this, man. There's nothing worse than it when you're playing for like 8 hours and you're just like,
Aye.
fuck off.
You know,
Stop-
just get
when
up
it-
and
when it
leave,
stops
man.
being fun, you're just like, oh, fuck it,
Aye.
I'm out.
Well, you can get up and go for a fag and have a piss and whatever. You just like, somebody will put your bet in. You know
Aye.
what I mean? Like your ante or the whatever.
You're big and small
Yeah.
and then you just fold.
Can you not just like say I just like all in, then I win it, and then I'm like, oh no, fuck this, I'm out. Like
No.
leave. Can't do that.
I don't know what they would do. They wouldn't take your chips at the game, would they?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I've,
how that
I've
would
never
work.
been to yin
No.
like that. I didn't bother.
I've never been to a serious game where somebody's just been like, fuck it. You know
Aye.
what I mean?
I would have thought you could have just got up and be like, nah, I'm out, fuck this. Like,
If it was a cash game, you could get up and cash out.
Aye, you could
But
just
if it's a
cash it.
tournament game, you couldn't.
Oh,
I don't know what they would do. They would maybe just take your chips out of play.
Mm.
Not sure.
Fuck knows, man.
Aye.
I've no idea, honestly.
I've not played in a long time. Like, but,
Such is life.
aye.
Poker
any
in that.
news for the week?
I seen some news yesterday when Deke came in. Not something I give a fuck about, but I ken some folk will because they're into it. Friends to reunite for one-off special on HBO Max.
Ken, I really want to say I couldn't give a fuck. I'm hype as fuck.
I
I like Friends. I rate
Friends
Friends.
are
Friends is
coming
fucking
back.
I really-
good for a one-off episode.
don't give a fuck. Could not care less. Friends is overrated as
I
fuck.
would maybe watch it if it's on, but
Mate,
How dare you,
Friends is
sir?
overrated as
How
fuck.
dare you, sir?
It's Ken, what it is. It's
I
the
wouldn't have
best
the
show
balls to
just
say
to
that,
have
like-
on, but not watch it.
Aye.
And folk are like, that's what makes it great. I'm like, if you have something on the telly and you're not even watching it, you can it's shit.
it's a fall asleep kind of.
It is. It's just like, I need background noise.
No, see, I always see it as like I've seen every episode, but like I didn't have to be intently watching it to get any of the jokes and stuff.
Are there jokes in it? I don't even think it's that funny.
It is funny.
I get shit.
I think by today's standards, or like a lot of writing and stuff, it doesn't really hold up great. But at the time, you were like, this shit's funny as fuck.
A lot of millennials and that
Well,
that are
good.
like didn't watch it when it was coming out were like, oh, it's so outdated and like sexist and
Oh,
this and you're like,
fuck
mate,
up.
fuck off. But that's not my point, mate. I'm just
I
like, I
didn't
think
like
it's funny.
it, but you can fuck off.
Not like I didn't like it because I didn't think it's a good show. I'm not saying I didn't like it because it's sexist or
Aye.
it's this or it's that. I'm just like, I just didn't think it's good.
Aye,
You know what I mean? But
I'm hyped for it, man.
I didn't
watch-
care when it is. It's
I'll
on HBO
watch
Max though.
Fuck out of that.
Think of the films that have been released like at the time I was growing up.
There's been a couple.
They
like.
can't make the films anymore.
Year or two.
Like Ken the Ends, what it's like.
You mean they can't make them anymore? That's all films are now. Is
No,
a
but
fucking
Ken,
remaster of the
have you ever
album.
seen, what's the thing with Johnny Knoxville?
Jackass.
No,
That's coming
film.
back.
Special Olympics.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Could
Ringer.
not make
The Ringer.
that kind of film.
The
anymore.
Ringer.
Aye.
Aye,
He
you
make,
could.
You couldn't make that kind of.
Ah, you could no
the
because
the cunts pretended
Jackass
to be
are coming
fucking-
back.
I'll give him
Aye.
like
Aye.
because
It
the
made
way
a good ending.
the way it was written, it wasn't making fun of people in the Special Olympics.
But how,
At the
how
s-
much
at the
of a piece
start,
of
it
shit
was-
would
I
you
can't
be?
stand it. I mind watching it. But
How
Well,
much
it
of
was
a piece
like-
of shit would
he
you
was
be
like
if you pretended to
sort
be
of
in the
fast.
Special Olympics?
So he pretended to have like loads of mental disabilities, so he
Aye.
could compete in the Special Olympics.
I know, I mind the premise. I just didn't mind.
And then like he gets there and he's like, actually, these guys are like switched on and like they're working
Aye.
like really fucking hard. And
Aye.
like I would say that's the only bit that kind of takes the piss out of them, being saying like an average guy can just beat them by pretending.
Aye.
But other than
And then-
that, the
but he
rest
was
of
getting
it,
bet
it's
to, wasn't
pretty. Aye,
For the start, aye.
and then he
There's
comes
o-
out and
there's
he's like,
other
"I'm
films
sorry,
that
I'm
were
not special."
fucking Awful though, like
But
that.
then they're like, we love you because you were being honest.
Don't know what else there is.
So I mean, there's loads of just remastered stuff. Like
Yeah.
I didn't need a remastered Lion King,
Nah, I don't give a fuck
No.
about that. The
But
first
they
one was
need-
class.
Aladdin, fucking loads of
never
Mulan's
watched
coming
it,
out
yeah.
now.
Aye.
I'm happy with the first ones. I'm not watching the second.
I think
one,
what they
so-
should do is remaster like the good Disney films that like or remaster if they're going to like live action remake them. The ends that were like weren't as big,
Aye.
like Atlantis
Aye.
and shit. Atlantis was the
Look
tip.
at Sonic. Sonic's out
So
now.
fucking under. That'll be garbage.
That's been took back, redone, and fucking good
Aye,
on
they
them though
taken-
because they listen to actual.
They
Redone
fucking
Sonic.
won her when they brought that trailer out. Did you see what he looked like?
No.
He looked as derpy as fuck.
I was alright with it. I didn't really give a
It's,
fuck.
I'm glad they took it back though. They listened to the fans and was like, "We need to work."
How
on
did it
this.
do? Because it's out now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
I have no interest in watching it.
So Doctor Dolittle, it's been remade with
That's-
Robert Downey Jr.
I watched that when I was shagging that lassie man, and I was
The Hedgehog, how did it do? 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb, 63% on Rotten Tomatoes. It came out on fucking, what you call it? Valentine's Day.
So it's sort of okay because it's got Jim Carrey in it.
Aye. Sonic the Hedgehog, 26.3 million on its opening weekend.
Yeah.
No.
see Bird of Prey's out.
Apparently that's shit. That's been getting
Aye.
slated. That's the new
Harley
Suicide Squad
but it's
with
just the
Harley Quinn.
lassies.
Aye. Apparently it's getting slated.
I rate her Harley Quinn as well. I didn't watch the
Mm-hmm.
rest of it though.
Mm.
Like I've not. That's the only thing I know. I watched I finished watching season 2 of that Sex Education.
Aye.
It's fucking
I
brilliant,
started
man.
watching it.
Mate, honestly, get it fucking watched.
Right after.
It's heartbreaking.
Oh, I don't.
Genuine. Like
Well,
no, there's bits that are totally fucking heartbreaking, and there's bits that are just fucking hilarious. It's brilliant, man. Honestly.
First one was fucking class.
Have you seen the whole first season?
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
First one was well good. No.
Apparently Sonic
Get the
since,
second season watched.
Sonic since
Well
it's
good.
released has made 203 million worldwide. And it had a budget of 95 million. Not bad.
Making bank, mate.
Doubled up. I don't know, what was the name called again? Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
I've still not watched that thing you're talking about either.
What, Sex Education? Honestly, it's I think it's funny as fuck.
Seen 21 Bridges?
Nah.
That's actually pretty good, man. Really good.
What is it?
It's about these guys gone in to steal like 30k of fucking coke, and it turns out to be 300k, and they kill, like, young guy kills like hundreds of police and that to fucking get away, and they shut down 21 bridges to keep them on the island. And it turns out all the police were involved with the fucking coke and that. It's actually really good. Good actor in it.
That American Maid's meant to be really good.
Aye.
It's a bit
They
like
drop the coke off and
dropping
fucking,
the coke off and
it
shit.
is really good, that, like.
And there was like
True story.
for years they were doing business with the government. Like it was the CIA that was like meeting them and shit, and they had no idea that it was the CIA. They just thought it was
because they dropped off coke at a plane or a helicopter or whatever, and then 2 kids found it.
and that's
Killed the kids, and then fucking stuck them on railroad tracks, and blamed it on weed. Said that they fell asleep on railroad tracks
because they were on drugs.
On all of the drugs.
And that's why they'd been stabbed like 14 times or something. Fucking unreal.
Jesus.
Kids wouldn't ken though, would they? Like, I would just go up to the kids, but fucking ignore that, okay? Just pick it up in front of them, wouldn't you? It's talcum powder, man. Leave it.
No, if you've got kilos upon kilos, you didn't want them being like, the nice man's got loads of talcum powder in the woods. Sorry, what?
It's got athlete's foot.
It's got athlete's foot. He runs the fucking Denver Broncos. Everybody in the team's got athlete's foot.
That's really good.
Nice. You got anything else you want to talk about, mate?
I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know. I don't think so. No.
Good. Right, okay.
Do your spiel then, mate. That's us, because I'm going to work in about an hour.
Yeah, we'll call it that, man.
I need to get to the gym, start my training this month. Fucking pow.
You're not going to.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're trying to kid.
Certainly not fucking us.
Aye.
I'm trying to kid myself, so fuck it. I tell as much folk I'm just training the day just so I kind of need to do it. I don't look like a dick.
Everybody already thinks you're a dick, so it's not going to make
It's
any
the fact that
difference.
I've gone home and I'm like, I'll just sit down and have a cup of tea. I'll watch this. And they're like, oh fuck, I've got work.
It's 6 hours later and I've done nothing today.
Right.
But I've fucking no idea what I'm saying here.
23 weeks. 23.
All I can think is subscribe.
Mind when we first started, and he was like, "No, I need to do that bit. I really
I'd
want
rather
to do
do
that
the
bit."
opener though. I want to do the opener rather than the closer.
Oh, you do the opening next week then.
Right, well, you do the closer.
No, because the last time you done the fucking opening, he sat and said "fuck off" for about 20 seconds.
You didn't tell me to go.
I looked at you, I was like, "No, dude," and you're
I got
just like,
stage fright. That's us for the week. What is it? Episode 20?
3.
23?
I think.
I thought it was 20. Fucking hell. We're getting on.
Wrong.
Oh well. Make sure you fucking like that like button. So subscribe. Fuck you, fucking ginger cunt. Subscribe and comment, share, email us shit. Again, I appreciate
Something
that guy.
haggis at gmail.com.
That's it. We've got Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, Facebook, Twitter, but we're never on it. And anything, just fucking appreciate that guy. Shout out to him for sending that video in. Shout out to Jade's J Art for doing the tattoo. Hope you don't listen.
I get her checked out, because I've got to be fair. That's
the work is really nice. Like,
Came out way
actually
better
pretty
than I
fucking-
thought it was.
Aye.
I'm booking my next in hopefully in April. So then a month before I'm away. So gotta book that. She does vouchers as well for anybody listening. £150 and that's for like a whole day. Like for when they open to when they shut.
Is that how you classify a whole day?
Aye.
Cheers for the explanation. Mate.
Aye. So good on them. Good on them for doing the details and that. But that's us folks, thank you.
Sorry for it being late. Because Ken.
Well, it's Kev's fault, not ours.
Fuck you, Kev.
Yeah, I mean, fuck you, Kev.
Give abuse to Kev if you see him.
Bye.